Hello, this is Jane. I'm one of the Stampanory design team. My other Stampanory sisters are Amanda and Becky, and together we hope we can showcase Erica's beautiful stamps that she's made for the Stampanory collection. So this time I have put together a card and a little secret surprise in the card. So bringing together my favourite things, card making and chocolate. This is one that I've prepared. I'll take you through the steps, but just so you get the idea. So you have a card, and also hidden away into the back here, you have a bar of chocolate. So this is quite simple to put together. I've obviously used all of the Stampanory stamps to embellish, and I hope you'll bear with me while I show you how to do this. So this is what you will need to make the gift box card. I've used 300 GSM on the sample I just showed you, but what I'm going to use is a slightly thinner card, 230 GSM, but hopefully it will work as well as the 300, but we'll find out, and then we'll all learn together. So yes, so your cardstocks, these first three are to make up the card and the box itself. Then you have the mats and layers for the front and the two inside pages, exactly the same sizes, so you would need 3 lots of each of those. And for the actual side panels on the box, you can decorate those as well, and that's the sizes for those. I've obviously used the Stampanory stamps, and you'll need just inks, paints, pencils, whatever it is that you like to colour in on the Stampanory stamps, and any embellishments, and then obviously ribbon or a belly band or some elastic to tie the box if you want to. Okay, so first of all, this is the piece of card that makes up the box underneath. So this measures 6 5/8 of an inch by 10 1/4 inch, and you need to score all round the edges. It's not very clear on the black, but every edge needs to be scored at 5/8 and 1 1/4 inches. So you need to score, I have already scored this, but it's 1 1/4 and 5/8 of an inch, and you need to do that all around on every edge of the card. So you just need to fold on each of those score lines. Okay, so when you've got each of those cut, keeping the short edge towards the bottom, so this is the bottom of the box that holds the chocolate bar, and you need to cut from the outside to the inner score line through both of the score lines here, and the same again here to that score line across there. So you've ended up with something like this. Then you need to cut this part away altogether and just cut that little tab off there along that score line. So you're left with one little tab here. So you just need to go ahead and do that on the other side. To the second score line, to the second score line, to the first score line to cut that tab away, and again cut that so you're left with a single tab. And you do that at the top as well. Okay, so got something like this. Now you do need to just slightly miter these little tabs so they sit and fit in nicely, but you need to do the bottom and the top slightly different. If you did as much at the top, cutting the little tabs, mitering them off, it's not going to close properly. I've learnt that with the one that I made before. It needs to be a bit snugger. But so at the bottom, just snip away so that you can get a nice clean finish. You end up with that. But then at the top of your box, just the slightest little slither, just so that it doesn't catch when you do fold the top over. Get the slightest little slither on this side, and it is only very, very slight that you need to take that off. And you also need to take a slightly bigger slither off the sides here, but that's only at the top. So bottom, just those two, and at the top, tiny slithers, and the edges here. I may have to trim that one a bit more, but we'll see as we go on. So now we need to grab your glue. I use Pin Flare bookbinding glue. You can see this one's almost at the end of its life, but I find this is quick bonding, especially for something like this, to save you standing here waiting for that to dry. So glue on the two tabs, and then you just need to pinch together, make sure you get a nice sharp edge on there. Just hold that for a few seconds. And the same again on the other side. Just ensure you get a nice sharp edge. On there, hold that. Excuse the messy fingers. Okay, so now you need to bring these edges in, and this is going to fold over, and then this is going to form the base of your box to hold your chocolate bar or whatever else you might like to put in there as a gift. And then just need to glue here. Don't worry if you go over, because there's going to be glue everywhere on this in a minute. And then just hold that in place. Making sure it's nicely squared off. a good idea to put your fingers inside just to pinch it together, just to make sure we're stuck and in place. Okay. So now we're going to glue all of these edges and introduce the top part of the box. So this is the card that measures 4 1/8 of an inch by 7 3/4 of an inch, and that's just going to sit on the top there. So that's the inside of your card, as it were, but the top of the box. So grab your glue. And then pop this card on here and make sure it's all nice and straight. And lined up. You'll see in a moment why I've gone for the black rather than the white on this card. I was going to go gold, but I seem to have gone very girly pink. Anyway, so that is your box, and you just pop the chocolate inside. This box will hold a bar of chocolate, I believe up to a sort of 200 grams bar of chocolate, so a fairly chunky bar of chocolate you can get in there. But just measure your chocolate bar before you put it in. The previous one that I've got, I just tucked the edges in just so that it fitted in nicely. This particular bar, it's not quite so big, 135 grams, so, but one of my favourites. So anyway, there we go. And then you'll find that with those slight miters, hopefully, she says, it will tuck in nicely. What I did forget to do though was to make sure that this was firmly stuck down inside. Probably the best way to do that is to turn your box over, excuse the arm reach, pop a ruler inside and just press down on those edges, just to make sure that they're all nicely stuck down. I think that's okay. A little bit at the bottom there. Okay. Now if you pop your chocolate bar in at this point, it just makes the box a little more stable. This one's not so big, so I'm not quite sure how stable this one's going to be. But anyway, so just fold your edges over and tuck that inside. There we go. This one's not wanting to stay in either. There we go. Okay. So then you need to take your other piece of card, which is 4 3/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches, and you need to score at 5/8 of an inch on the long edge here. So that's just scored at 5/8 of an inch. And just fold that over. So this is the top of your card, as it were. So this is going to stick on here, and that's going to be the top of your card where you'll put your mats and layers. So you need to glue down that little part here that you've scored. your box, like so. Make sure that's nice and straight, all in place. Bit of a shuffle. And there you have it. No, you don't, it's not stuck. Okay, so when you've got that stuck in place, this is when you can start matting and layering. So for the top, as I say, I was going gold, was my gold with a little hint of pink was my aim, but I ended up with something very pink and gold. You can just see the shimmer of the gold there. This is using the confetti inks, which are absolutely gorgeous. And then I didn't quite know what to do as the layer for the matte and layering, but again I've gone very sparkly, so this is going to sit on top of the box here as my the front of my card. So I think the grandchildren will, granddaughters would like this, to be honest with you, but anyway, let me just go ahead and I will do the matte and layering. So there you have it. I've stuck a little sentiment on there, again from Erica's Stampanory collection, and inside using some of the stars and the Merry Christmas sentiment there. And I thought this time I would tie this one up with some twine rather than ribbon, and I happened to come across this little wooden tag in my stash from somewhere, so I will decorate it up, but I'll do that later. But I just thought I'd show you now. I'll just wrap the twine round, tie that up, and there you have it. A card and a gift all in one. So actually on the inside I suppose you could also put a little pocket and maybe a gift card inside the pocket for someone, so it can be a total gift all in one. Some Christmas chocky, doesn't have to be Christmas, could be Easter, could be a birthday, any occasion. I just happen to use the Christmas stamps for this one. But there you go, a card, little chocolate bar. Hope you enjoyed that, and if you do make your own, please share on the Stampanory Facebook page. We'd love to see all your makes on there. It's great to know that you're enjoying the stamps, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for joining me. Bye.